You know, sequels to hugely popular comedies almost never work. Almost. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Jakshimash! Welcome to Thumb Together. My name is Andrew Fantasia, and today we're going to talk about Borat, subsequent movie film, together. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to give it a thumbs up and give some love to that subscribe button as well. Otherwise, I will be shipped off as a mail-order groom to Kazakhstan, never to be seen again. Speaking of never to be seen again, that was kind of the way the world assumed Borat would be. He was this one-time flash-in-the-pan character who showed up, took the world by storm, shocked everyone with how open and honest he portrayed the upper echelons of American society, and then he disappeared off into the shadows once again, his work complete. Not unlike Zorro or the Lone Ranger, just with more mustache and body hair. But we are living in the Trump era, and by God, if any era has ever screamed for a Borat-like holding up of the mirror to show America what it looks like, it is this. So I am so thankful that this movie came out, especially when it did, and we'll get to that because that really is the crux of this whole review and why I enjoyed Borat's subsequent movie film so much. Spoilers, I enjoyed Borat's subsequent movie film. And now that this sequel exists, there's one other sequel that I really hope and pray the universe gives us right now, but we'll save that for later. So Borat's subsequent movie film teams up Sacha Baron Cohen with his new co-star Maria Bakalova, who plays his daughter Tutar, as the two of them hightail it to the United States to try to get in good graces with Mike Pence. Because if Vice Premier Mike Pence can give thumbs up to Kazakhstan, everything will be okay. And Borat plans to secure this friendship by first offering a monkey, which will make more sense when you see the movie. And then when that plan falls through, he decides, hey, I have a beautiful daughter, I'm going to offer her up as a bride instead. What could go wrong? And this, I think, is where the subtle nature of Sacha Baron Cohen's comedy really starts to shine through. Because as we learned very early on in the first Borat movie, in this world of Kazakhstan that he has developed, women are not treated very well, unfortunately. It is a very backwards country. And being a woman of that country, Tutar comes to understand the fact that, you know, she's living in a very regressed society. And as she comes into her own and bonds with her father and basically grows up throughout the course of this film, it's really a coming-of-age story for Tutar. What we're left with is this super sweet, endearing, just heartwarming story of a father and daughter bonding for the first time in either of their lives, whilst simultaneously holding that mirror up to the United States and saying, hey, you guys are just as messed up as Kazakhstan, if not more. And of course, so much of this movie's humor is poured into that foundation of America, we need to sit down and have a talk because something's wrong with you, honey. And everyone from Trump to Pence to Giuliani and beyond gets some time in the not so endearing spotlight. Now that Giuliani scene that everybody is talking about, which is sort of the climax of Borat's subsequent movie film, that one is going to be turning some heads for a while, and I am really curious to see these things from this new point of view, because back when the first Borat movie came out, A, the internet was a different place, and B, we didn't know he was doing these things he was doing until the movie came out, whereas now there have been these little hints and whispers trickling through the news that all this weird stuff is happening at this Republican convention, or somebody showed up to interview some politician and they were clearly some weirdo in a disguise putting on a funny voice. All of this is starting to make sense now that we understand, hey, that was Sacha Baron Cohen just doing his Borat thing and shedding light on these American politicians and just how crummy they can be. And when I walked out of that first movie, I remember just thinking to myself, you know, as an actor, Sacha Baron Cohen, that is a brave human being. The stuff he went through, he put himself in physical danger quite a bit, maintained his persona the whole way through just to give us this movie. That takes a whole lot of bravery, folks. That is a scary thing to do, and he did it. And now after watching subsequent movie film, I have to give the same amount of props, if not more, to Maria Bakalova, who played his daughter, because the amount of bravery she needed to do the things she had to do here, up to and including the Giuliani bit, that takes some chutzpah. And she clearly has chutzpah in spades. So I gotta applaud both of them, but Maria, you rocked this role. Somebody give both of these people awards. Just somebody award them. Give them golden statues. I don't know. Or you know what? You know what the better award would be? Fix all the problems that this movie shed light on. Because that would be nice. So if you're the kind of person who refers to yourself as a sugar baby or goes to debutante balls or believes that the Democrats are a bigger threat to humanity than COVID-19, congratulations, this movie is all about you. And of course, I'm not going to dream of spoiling any of the stuff that Borat and Tutar get up to, but rest assured, it is worth the 13-year wait. Wow. We're all getting pretty old. And obviously this movie was intended to come out in theaters, but unlike other movies like Mulan and whatever that have just been like, yeah, I guess we'll come out now, or we'll get delayed, or we'll do this, or we'll do that. Borat was very adamant about keeping its release date, which was meant to come out right before Americans went to go vote. That was the intention here, folks. Borat's subsequent movie film is meant to say, America, just a reminder, this is who you're voting for if you keep the status quo. This is the next 4 years of America, again, if you don't clean up your act. And that makes this the most important movie of 2020. We needed this so much. And I remember back in the summer, before this movie was announced, I was watching Sacha Baron Cohen's HBO show, Who is America, which is a couple of years old already. And I was thinking, God, if there was ever a moment where we needed another Borat, this is now. And lo and behold, a couple months later, what comes out but a trailer for Borat 2. So clearly America needs to be satirized because America needs to change, and this was just the movie to do it. Of course, like I said, there's another sequel that would be oh so sweet and satisfying if they could make it now about the Trump administration. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, our prayers will be answered. Just try to imagine how amazing a Trump puppet would look and realize we live in a world where that doesn't exist yet. Anyway, that has been Borat's subsequent movie film. I have been Andrew Fantasia. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you here next time, and until then, cinque!